is going on YouTube? Today I'm here with another watch unboxing and thoughts video, and this time of the new 2018 Omega Seamaster Professional. So let's jump right into that. So the first thing you guys will notice is this large white outer box, and when you open it up, you'll be greeted by this beige colored wood box, which is a huge step up from the prior boxes that Omega used to provide, which, as most of you guys know, are the red boxes made out of vinyl or leatherette. And as you can see here, mine from 12, 13 years ago is falling apart. And currently I just use it to hold some of my watch tools that I have for changing straps and bands. Over to your right, you'll have the operating instructions, the manual for the watch, as well as the card case that holds a few cards, including the all-important international warranty card. And then once you open up the box, open up this guy here, you will see the 2018 Omega Seamaster Professional. As you guys can tell here, I purchased mine in the blue on blue, blue ceramic bezel with the blue ceramic dial on the blue rubber strap. So at this point, we're gonna take a deeper dive into the watch, and I can kind of talk a little bit more about it, talk a little bit more about its awesome dial, which is one of my favorite features. But before we do that, I have a plane to catch, so we will continue this in a few days. All right, so after several thousand miles of flying, several days later, I'm finally here in one of my absolute favorite places on this earth. Take a look. This is San Juan de Sur in Nicaragua. All right, so we're back inside now for a closer look at the Omega Seamaster Professional 2018 model. So as you can tell right away, a lot of changes with this particular model. The ceramic bezel, ceramic dial. You also have some differences in the case size. It went up to a 42 from a 41.5, and also the thickness is up maybe about 1.25 millimeters to 13.6, 13.7, I believe. Lug to lug is about 50 millimeters, and lug width is 20 millimeters wide. What has stayed though is the overall of the shape. As you can tell right here, the lugs are the Omega twisted lugs. That's famous for a lot of their models. You have the crown here with the crown guards over here on the right side of the watch, and then the much talked about helium release valve, which probably not necessary. They actually switched it, they actually updated it to a more of a cone-shaped crown. All right, now taking a look at the back of this piece, you're gonna see the display case back. And again, just like the helium escape valve, a feature that I personally could have done away with, but something that they added for 2018. And you'll see the 8800 movement, which is meta-certified master coaxial chronometer. The 8800 movement does have a coaxial escapement, along with a silicone hairspring and all sorts of other anti-magnetic parts. Power reserve is good for 55 hours and is time and date only with a quick date set. All right, now back to the front of the watch. Let's take a closer look at this beautiful strap. So I opted obviously to get my SMP in this blue rubber strap instead of the bracelet. I did get the bracelet at home, but opted to get the strap and mount it on the watch. Just to hold the value of the watch. But anyways, I personally really prefer the strap over the bracelet. I am not much of a fan of the SMP style bracelet, unfortunately. I'm much more of a fan of the of this awesome rubber strap. The rubber strap, what I noticed right away upon putting it on for the first time, it is extremely soft and pliable. And here is the underside of it, and you can kind of see it has some texture here to kind of grip and hold to the skin. And there you go. And here's a better look at the buckle. So the buckle does have some very nice finishing on it, a mix of polished satin and brushed here along the sides. And now let's go and talk about what, in my opinion, really makes this watch super special, and that is its ceramic dial. So first thing you'll notice, and let's get this out of the way, a lot of people have talked about it. You'll see a light grayed out ZR02, which is the zirconium oxide symbol, and a lot of people, hate that designation. They don't like it. For me, I don't really notice it much. I mean, it's not. I mean, some people I've read that it's one of those things that you don't really see, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. For me, in my opinion, you hardly notice it. And I think what really stands out to me are the indexes. If you look really closely, it is an off-white, almost cream color. I hope that is shown off here. And the laser cut or laser engraved waves. And this ceramic dial is just one of the best features of this watch, in my opinion. All right, so let's jump in and take a look at the watch in different lighting so you guys can see how it kind of changes into different shades of blue. So obviously right now I am indoors in this beachside apartment that I'm staying in. And right now it's kind of like a darker blue, I would say. And then let's go outside. All right, so I am back outside here in the balcony area and in the bright sunlight. And here you can kind of tell how the watch looks like in the bright sun. And it is a lighter shade of blue, just a regular blue right now. And you can really tell the quality at this angle and this environment of the laser cut waves, of the applied indexes, and like I said, the off-white, almost cream lume. Does have the traditional skeleton hands, similar to the original model, but not exactly the same. The shape is a little bit different. And another feature that they changed is the placement of the date. The old model, the original, was at 3 o'clock. Now they moved it to 6, which is a very welcome move. They also made the color background of the date window a navy blue, a similar blue to the rest of the dial. So it does blend in a little bit better, in my opinion. So we're here about 7:35 in the morning. Sun has risen. Kind of get a close-up of the dial here. Getting a nice reflection. Alright, here's the Seamaster with the bright sun. It's kind of a lighter shade of blue. Alright, and here it is at nighttime, and you can see the blue lume on the dial indexes, the hour hand, and then the green lume on the minute hand, which I think is a nice combination, a nice offset. And also there's a little bit of a lume, there's a lume dot right at the 12 o'clock marker on the bezel itself. Alright, so here is the Seamaster Pro on my wrist. My wrist is 6 3/4 of an inch for those of you that are new to my channel. And as you can see, the 42mm case size does fit very nicely. Here's kind of like showing the height of the watch, which again is about 13 and a half, I think 13.7 millimeters to be exact. And one thing I forgot to mention of the strap is this very cool little notch system that they built in here. So as you can see here in the very last loophole, they added a little tiny little circular keeper there for the hole, and you kind of insert this triangle, which is the final hole, right into this little circular keeper here. It kind of holds it nice and tight, and it prevents the keeper from sliding, which I think is a very nice addition. And this keeper closest to the buckle is built into the strap, so this is not going to go anywhere. So right now, let's talk about the negatives, and take this off. So let's talk about maybe three minor criticisms that I have about this watch. One, I think, is the helium escape valve. I think right now in 2018, a totally unnecessary feature. I think, again, Omega kept that just to keep the classic design of the Seamaster Pro, but in my opinion, an unnecessary feature. And I would have preferred that they would have done away with it and gone with an automatic helium escape valve instead. And then second minor criticism is the display case back. I mean, while it's cool, and it's definitely cool to show off the 8800 movement, I think I would have preferred for a dive watch that it be a solid case back instead. And then finally, another minor criticism, this is probably my biggest thing, is this. So the turning of the bezel, gripping it, it doesn't have a coin edge bezel. And I don't know what Omega calls this, but it is difficult, a little bit difficult to grip. I would say that it is a little bit easier than the first generation model, but I would have liked that it would have been easier grip and kind of rotate the bezel around. And the bezel itself, I believe, is a 120 click ceramic bezel with the numbers and the indexes filled with white enamel, and of course a lume at 12 o'clock. And there you go. In terms of practicality, I think the Omega Seamaster looks great in almost every occasion, whether you're at work, casual Friday, over the weekend, or here on vacation. So far, I've had this watch for about a month now. I've worn it virtually every day since I've got it, since I've gotten it, and I've continued to wear it right now today on vacation. And I have, done various hikes, up mountains, up volcanoes, gone sandboarding, here in the pool, in the ocean, gone swimming with it, and especially on the rubber strap, it is a very sturdy, rugged, solid watch. So in conclusion, I think that the 2018 Omega Seamaster Pro represents a huge leap forward in both technology and functionality. It definitely adds a lot of cool new features, while keeping the price relatively affordable, and affordable in the sense of the grand scheme of Swiss luxury watches. This particular model, I believe, is right under $5,000, $4,750 to be exact, and while definitely not a small chunk of change, for what it is and all the features that Omega has packed into it, I believe it's a great buy. On my list, it has definitely risen to be one of my favorites in my own personal collection.
All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up the video here. I'm back in LA, and my third attempt trying to film the ending. The other two attempts There was just too much wind noise, and this didn't sound that good. As always, if you guys liked the video, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys had a great Christmas, and I wish you all a very happy New Year. Peace!